Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're tackling something many of us face, navigating disruptive behavior within teams.
That's a tricky one for sure.
Yeah, and we're drawing some really practical insights on communication from the book Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casabon.
A very useful resource for these kinds of challenges.
Absolutely. So, for those times when team dynamics get a little bumpy, our mission here is to pull out strategies for talking about disruptive stuff constructively.
Right, how to address it so people reflect, rather than just getting defensive, avoiding those dug-in heels.
Exactly. So, first off, what is disruptive behavior in this context?
Well, fundamentally, it's actions that get in the way, things that hinder collaboration or really delay decision-making.
Okay, so it's about impact on the team's progress.
Precisely.
Mhm.
And addressing it effectively is key. It's really all about how you approach it.
Let's use an example. Maybe someone, let's call him Henry.
Okay, Anna.
He's the type who, even after the team agrees on something, comes back with a yes, but, or questions the decision again.
Yes. That pattern. It definitely creates friction, doesn't it? Slows everything down.
Totally. So let's contrast two ways you might talk to Henry about this. First, the maybe less helpful way.
Okay, the non-constructive version. Something like, why do you always have to contest everything we've discussed? Couldn't you just agree for once?
Oof. Yeah, I can feel the tension already. It uses always, which is rarely true.
Right, it's a generalization. And it sounds like an attack on his character, really.
Which pretty much guarantees he'll get defensive. You're not likely to see positive change there.
Exactly. It shuts down the conversation. Now, let's try a constructive approach.
Okay, what would that sound like?
Maybe something like, Henry, at yesterday's session, remember we talked for about 15 minutes about the company outing date?
Okay, specific.
You were part of that discussion, and we landed on October 8th. Everyone noted it down.
Right, setting the scene factually.
Then, after we all done that, you mentioned you'd actually have preferred this spring.
I see. That feels completely different. It's just stating what happened, no accusation.
Exactly. It's neutral, observational language,
Sure.
sticking purely to the facts. The time spent discussing, the decision made, the timing of his comment.
It focuses on the what and when, not the why or making assumptions about his motives.
Precisely. And this allows Henry maybe a chance to reflect on the impact of bringing it up after the decision without feeling like he's being personally attacked.
So it's less threatening. It opens the door for him to actually consider his behavior.
That's the goal. It's
Yeah.
not about blame. It's about presenting the objective situation so he can see how it affected the team's process.
So the core principle here is describe, don't judge, use facts.
That's it. Observable actions, neutral language. It helps preserve team cohesion because you're addressing the behavior, not attacking the person.
And that makes it much more likely they'll be open to, adjusting things a bit.
Definitely. This fact-based, non-judgmental approach is key.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the key takeaway seems pretty clear. When you need to address disruptive behavior.
Focus on the specifics, the observable facts. What happened, when it happened.
Yeah, ditch the generalizations like always or never and avoid accusations. It really encourages reflection and dials down the defensiveness.
It creates a space for a more productive conversation.
And for listeners who want to explore more strategies around team dynamics and effective communication, especially in project work.
We definitely recommend checking out the book we mentioned earlier, Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casabon. Lots of great insights there.
For sure. And one final thought for you, the listener. Maybe consider how you could apply this fact-based approach next time you run into a challenging behavior. Focusing on what you actually observed rather than interpretations could really change the conversation.